know that Louis Vuitton, Moet Chandon, Hennessy, Christian Dior, Fendi, Givenchy, Tiffany, Bulgari, Marc Jacobs, Stella McCartney, Sephora, and more luxury brands are all owned by the same company? LVMH is the multinational holding company, the parent company for all of these brands. On this episode of Who's That Billionaire, we are talking about Bernard Jean-Etienne Arnault. This man is the CEO of LVMH. His net worth is estimated at $148.7 billion according to Forbes and $155 billion according to Bloomberg. This Bernard is basically the opposite of this Bernard. He's basically his Wario. But because with luxury brands, you're really paying for the name, they are making a huge profit margin, estimated at 68%. Over 68%. But before we get too much into evil Bernie here, I do want to say at the last episode, a lot of people said I should share this Larry Ellison quote, because you can't talk about Larry Ellison without talking about his tech background's weird alliance to surveillance of citizens. He said, "Citizens will be on their best behavior because we are constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on." He wants a full surveillance state. I shouldn't have left that out. Moving on to Bernard. He got his start, can you guess? With money from his father, with his dad's company. Daddy's money again. I will be calling every billionaire who got their start this way, Daddy's little boy. So Bernard got his start at his dad's engineering company, Ferret Savignan. It was a civil engineering company. They started doing real estate, and with all of their many money and assets, they were just acquiring companies, and voila, Bernard is one of the richest guys in the world. It's not a complicated story because nothing makes money quite like money does. He earned his nickname the Terminator because he would acquire companies and then gut them of their assets and staff. At one point, he laid off 9,000 employees at once. That was when he acquired the company Boussac. Let's get into the history of LVMH. He started buying pieces of the company. In 1988, he created a holding company with Guinness and gave it $1.6 billion because that's just pocket change, I guess. They have about 24 shares in LVMH at this point in time. Then in 1989, he spent another 600 million, and then in the next year another 500 million, and then eventually he had 43.5% of the total LVMH shares. He controlled them. This gave him about 35% of the voting rights in the company, which is enough for him to have a blocking majority, so he can basically control what happens in the company. So he ousts the chairman of the executive board, and then he is unanimously voted in, because it turns out the people with the most power and money in our society are just ruthless men who grew up with a ton of money, and they just use it to get more money and more power. Oh yeah, and he also plays piano. He's also an art collector.